It's your girl, Jessica Rabbit, and you are now tuned in to the Yo Rabbit and Neil Show, episode 2.
Episode 2, you know who I am? It's your boy Neil, man. We are in the bitty baby.
And we got a juicy topic that we're going to be talking about today. So basically, what we're going to be talking about today is about relationship, which is one of my favorites because, you know, I have a lot of stories.
Yeah, you do, girl.
You know, I got a lot of experience when it comes down to that kind of stuff.
Yes, you do.
But first, you know how we start the show. We always start the show with a prayer. So go ahead, Neil. Open it up with a prayer.
We have to start it off with the prayer. Guys, 1 Peter, okay? It's going to be chapter 2, verse 24. He himself bore our sins in his body on the tree that we might die to sin and live to righteousness. By his wounds you have been healed. I love that. Love that. I love that right there. Amen to that. That's 1 Peter chapter 2 verse 24.
Dope.
Awesome.
So we're gonna, jump right into it. You know,
let's
like
get
how
into
we
it.
do, especially with this relationships,
Mm-hmm.
compromising, ghosting, gaslighting, narcissists.
Mm-hmm.
You know, there's a lot of them out there now.
A lot of them out
what's
there.
going on, especially in 2023 with the whole dating situation? It's kind of different for you because
it's different for me, because I'm married, of course.
Yeah.
So I don't know what that dating life in 2023 is about. I've heard some stories though, of different things, people doing some things that are kind of weird.
Yes.
Just things that I've heard, and there was some stories that you heard too before, or some weird things that guys would do on dates. So, what are the stories? What stories?
And
have
if
you
you're
heard?
watching, this is about you. But yeah, Neil, I got a lot of crazy stories.
Yeah.
A lot of crazy stories. But one of the stories that I would love to share with you guys, it happened actually recently, last weekend. And I was dating this guy, right? And we were at a friend's house. We were playing dominoes.
Okay.
So I'm whipping ass. You know what I'm saying? I got it. Like, I'm beating him. So he was really, really upset that I was beating him in dominoes.
Whoa.
So to me, I'm like, you can't be serious. Like,
He got sentimental. Like,
he was so hurt. Like, no, you're not just beating me in this game of dominoes. But I thought, me and my homegirl thought that he was really joking. Like, I'm like,
you thought he was playing. Like,
nah,
he can't be that serious. Like,
man, after that night, I never seen that guy ever again.
Are you kidding me?
He
stopped talking to you because of the dominoes?
Because I beat him in dominoes.
Is it COVID or something that got people
Come on, dog.
Like, come on, but you got sentimental about the game.
I was like, you can't be serious. So just recently, he hit me back up.
Okay.
Out of the blue. At first, if I would have known it was him, I wouldn't know how to answer the phone. But I didn't know it was him, so I answered the phone, and he's rambling, and I'm like, at first I couldn't catch his voice because I'm like, we haven't even spoken so long. Right. I haven't seen you since you ghosted me because you got beat in dominoes. So then when I started catching his voice, I'm like, wait a minute now. I said, this is the Antonio from such and such. Oh, I said his name. But anyways.
You got to block that out.
Anyway, I said his name. But anyways. So I was like, I'm talking to him. I'm like, why are you calling my phone for? Like the last time we spoke, you were mad about a dominoes game.
Of a
dominoes game. And, that was messed up. Whoa. So then he just started going on, cursing me out. One thing, ladies, you guys have to be careful with rejecting these men. Ooh. These men do not know how to take rejection.
2023 is serious.
So he thought that he was going to get, I guess, whatever the hell he was looking for. So I was a total opposite. And then he got mad, started cursing me out.
Ooh.
So I had to hang up the phone on him. So that, I'm telling you, the dating scene.
So the dating scene, is what
scary.
You're saying to me, is kind of a scary situation because you don't know.
You just don't know.
You don't know the mental state that people are in when you're going on dates. I mean, you can mess around and meet a guy that he seems like he's nice and everything. And then as soon as you get with him and you date him, this guy turns into Dr. Jekyll or Mr. Hyde.
Listen, I was like, something has to be mentally wrong. That was already a flag.
My name's Michael.
Right, that was already a flag for me.
I want to knock you out now. Things can go left.
Things could go left.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, and it was already a red flag. Once you got mad over a dominoes game, like I was like, nah, like something's mentally wrong.
So what do you think that we can do? You know what I mean? Like you guys can do that we can.
I mean, it's hard to like really study a person, but once you do see those red flags, cut it out. Just cut
your losses.
Yeah, just cut your losses, and because you never know. Like that right there, that's a mental. There's no way.
Some people they ignore those red flags though, and they stay in that situation.
Yeah, they
I'm
do.
like, how does that work? Like,
I guess it's just emotions.
So they're running off.
They more emotional more than logically, you know, especially when you got feelings for that person. So you tend to like, you know.
So the feelings kind of override the flags, basically.
Right.
So and that's tough because we are emotional human beings. We're emotional creatures by habit. You know what I mean?
No, absolutely.
So, you know.
So yeah, that was one of the bad experiences that I have. You know. With rejecting men, like they can't take it.
They can't.
Especially a woman who's dominant.
Are you saying all men, or you think
I
the
ain't
men
say
that you've
all
been
men,
meeting,
but the men recently that I've been meeting
okay, because we want
lot.
We want to kind of be politically
correct.
No,
Recently.
Because you say all men,
no, not all men.
We gonna get some controversy.
No.
They're like, man, I'm not like that. I'm
not
go crazy
not
like
all
that.
men, but the men that I have been coming in contact with.
Yes,
a lot of them are insecure.
Insecure. Okay.
You know, once you have a woman that is independent, that is on that alpha woman that is on her stuff, a lot of men tend to get intimidated by that.
They get intimidated.
I don't know why. So I feel like I'm in more competition with the person that I'm dealing with because they're intimidated of my status.
Intimidated of how you are, and that to me it goes has a lot to do with insecurities.
Yeah.
And a lot of time I think even as being men, some men are really insecure about themselves, and they're not confident enough to take rejection. They're not confident enough for you to say, no, I don't want to do that. I want to do this. You know, and you're like, nah, I want to do this because like a lot of men are on that alpha state where things have to go their way.
Right.
And if it don't go their way, they don't want to deal with it or they want to get mad at you because you're not going their way.
Right.
That's why you have to learn about being in relationships. To me, you have to learn how to communicate.
Yep.
And that's the main thing. That is the major key
and
to
you have
any
to
relationship.
have substance with yourself too.
And you have to be able to compromise with each other. And,
yeah.
You know what I mean? Like one day you might be like, hey, I want to go to the mall. And he'd be like, I don't want to go to the mall.
Right.
But like, I want to go to the mall today. All right, cool. I'll tell you what, let's go to the mall for an hour or two. And after that, we'll go do what I want to do.
Right.
So it's compromising with each other. If you can't compromise with each other, it won't last 2 seconds.
No, and also a lot of ego gets in the way of a lot of relationships. Ego and pride will ruin anything.
It can ruin anything.
And I just figured out like with men, if they're not in a position where they really want to be, they tend to treat women a certain type of way.
Yeah, because they're not really where they want to be at, but they're there. They're just dealing with it. Like you know, I'll just deal with it. I know that this is not really what I want, and to me, that's called leading somebody on. You shouldn't do that. Cut your losses. In order to be happy, you want to make sure that you're happy, right? Because I'm not going to be able to make you happy if you're not happy about the situation. You get what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, you have to be happy about where you at. And if you're not happy with it, then get to that space to become a happy person.
And a lot of people go into relationships thinking that a person could make you happy. First of all, you got to make yourself happy. Because if you're not happy with yourself, there's no way that you're going to make that other person happy. You're going to be fighting
an uphill battle.
Now, can you bring out the best version of that person? Absolutely.
You can. You can.
Absolutely.
I believe that.
Now to make another person happy, now you got to be happy within yourself.
You got to be happy within it because it's an uphill battle. You're going to be fighting constantly because this person's fighting, trying to make you happy, and everything they're doing is not making you happy.
Making sense.
So that should tell everybody, guys out there, if you're not happy with yourself, you're not going to be able to make anybody else happy. It's not going to work. I'm telling you, they can give you the world, Prada, Gucci, Louis, don't matter.
It doesn't matter.
I'm being real. It don't
you
matter.
You can have the most money in the world,
the
highest paying job in the world. If you're not happy with yourself, you're not going to make nobody else happy.
See, that's what happened with me. I at one point in my life, I didn't love who I was, you know, and I had to find it. I had to fall in love with me. Then when I fell in love with me, that's when I was able to love my wife properly. You know what I mean? And I was able to be happy because I'm happy, not because she made me happy. None of that. I fell in love with me. And once you fall, and guys don't like to admit these things. Some of these guys don't like to admit it. But when you fall in love with yourself and you love yourself genuinely, you'll be able to show love to everybody wholeheartedly. And I just really believe that. Like, you'll really be able to show love to everybody. And a lot of people walk around, they just don't love themselves. And that's why you got a lot of toxic things going on. That's why you got a lot of people being narcissists. That's why you got a lot of people trying to blame other people for your mishaps or why you're not doing good because of this and that. No, it's on you.
It's on you.
It's your responsibility. You have to start taking accountability for you and how you feel, your feelings, happiness, whatever. You have to start taking accountability and stop blaming other people for the reason why you're not happy.
And if you feel for like nowadays, we're grown now. You know, I'm in my late 30s.
Yeah,
and I feel like a man should already be in tune with who he is at that age. Like, if you feeling the girl, then you feeling her.
Yeah.
Who do you have to prove?
Keep it real.
Keep it real.
Keep it real.
But I have a question. We're going to go on a quick break, and I have a question for you, Neil, because I know that you've been married for 20 plus years.
Yes, ma'am.
And, they say men don't cheat. So I'm going to leave it right there. It's your girl, Jessica Rabbit. You on the Yo Rabbit and Neil show, and we be right back.
We'll be back, baby. Yeah. What's good, ladies and gentlemen? We are back right now, and if you are tuning in, we are definitely talking about relationships right now. We are talking about relationships and love and relationships.
We got some wild stories.
Some wild stories, man.
But I had to ask you a question because it's rare that you still find relationships that are 20 plus years.
Yeah, man.
So you've been in a relationship for 20 plus years. Tell me, what is the secret? Like, what is it? Because I can't even, not even a week. I don't even last a week no more with these guys. No, I don't.
I'm going to tell you something, to be quite honest with you. Being married is work. That's number one. Being married is communicating. Being married is understanding that even if I get sick and fall today, I know she's still going to take care of me.
Right.
If something happened to her, I'm going to take care of her. You just have to, when you sign up to become married and you say, I do, a lot of people don't take that serious nowadays.
No, they don't.
But I stood on that because of what my grandmother always taught me, right? My grandmother showed me some things and told me some things. She said, baby, whoever you do get with, go ahead and lock in with them if you are in love with them.
Right.
So you have to be in love with a woman to really be with that woman forever. Right. And when somebody says I've to have and to hold through sickness and health, I literally had took those vows. I don't know about everybody else. I can't speak for everybody else. But when I heard those vows, I literally took those vows serious. And I held on to every word that person said. The guy that was, the lady that was talking to us and telling us our vows and things, I held on to every word. And as she was saying those vows, for me to say, I'm going to tell you something, it felt a way in my body that was tingling. I had got goosebumps. I had seen like God took a flash of us when we got married. I felt like it was a Polaroid thing, like bam. It was like, I felt like this flash come over me. Like, there you go, son. You locked in. And you are not getting a divorce. You're not separating from her. No matter what y'all go through, y'all ups and downs. If you got to go get a pillow and get on the couch, that's what you're going to do, because you signed up for that. See, a lot of people are scared of commitment.
Yeah.
And that's the reason why a lot of people are not married yet, because they're scared to commit.
They feel like, oh my God, I got to be with this girl for the rest of my life. Like,
I got to be with her forever. Yeah. Oh no, man, I'm scared. That's why some people get cold feet before they get married. They get nervous. They're scared because they're like, oh my God, this is the same woman that I'm going to look at until we die, right? And they're not prepared for that. Right. So what they do is they try to, I think most men, since they be so scared to do it, I think what they do is dangle the woman along the entire trip and say, yeah, I'm going, we going to do it. Oh, yeah. A bunch of promises that they don't keep.
Right.
So when those promises are not kept, of you saying that, hey, we going to get married, or, hey, it comes down to you as a woman to say, hey, look, you know what? If you don't want to be married, boom, but I get that. I respect you for that, but I want to be married.
Right.
So how do we come to some type of agreement? And if you can't come to an agreement with that, then you got to be happy.
No, and you both have to want it. Because even with like love languages, like I'm not sure what's your love language, but my love language is communication.
Oh.
I'm a big communicator, because that only leaves you room for assumptions. If you don't communicate with me, I don't like to feel confused. I don't like to feel puzzled. I don't like to feel like something's off. So communication to me is one, because I have plenty of love language, but that's one of my important love languages, communication.
That's very important. That's important. You just hit on the nails.
Talk to me. Tell me how you feel. Like, what bothers you? What triggers you? Like, what is it that you don't like that I'm doing? So that I know how to correct it, because I'm in love with you. I love you, and I want to make this work. What's your love language?
My love language, I have a lot of them, man. But one of my love languages that I love the most is when my baby one day, right, she was telling me that she had booked the place in Puerto Rico for us to stay. And when we went to Puerto Rico, she had it all laid out for me.
Dope.
And I love stuff like that. I love when a woman just takes charge and take the initiative.
Especially if that's something that you like.
That I like.
But that's how you keep it going, though.
Yeah, keep it spicy.
You keep it, especially if you know, like, men, you gotta, Men, you have to learn a woman's love language and what she likes.
See, yeah, like me, I know my wife, she loves when I do a lot of little things, but the main things that she loved the most is I'll come home with a bag of chips and a little Snicker bar, and that made her day.
And it's the simple little thing.
Just the littlest thing was a big deal, right? And you have to keep it that way. You got to keep it going. You can't just think, oh, we had sex, right? Now it's over. I don't got to do nothing no more. I don't have to do anything to keep her. I can let myself down. I can let myself go. I don't have to do nothing. No, you got to keep it going. You have to take her out on dates. You have to get her a Snicker bar or whatever her favorite candy bar is. You have to do that because that's what being together is. It's work. And if you're not prepared to put in the work to be with somebody, be married to somebody, be in a relationship with somebody, then continue to be single. Stop playing with people. We in 2023, it is not time to play around with people's feelings, emotions, and stop leading people on. If you want to be with that person, be with that person. If you don't want to be with that person, keep it 1K so you can move on with your life. I'm just saying.
Exactly. And don't lead them on. Like,
don't lead them on.
I'm a type of person, me with karma, I know I hate that.
Somebody leads you on, like, yeah, I love you. Yeah, I love you. And deep down inside, that person do not love you.
At all.
That person's not in love with you, let's say. Because you can love a dog, you can love a cat, I can love you. But if I'm not in love with you, it's not going nowhere.
It's not going to work.
You know what I mean?
And it doesn't work that way. And again, going back to like the dating scene now, like everybody's just, I don't know what they're dating for because they don't have no purpose whatsoever. They will lead you on. You will meet the family. You will be around the kids. You'll be doing family functions with him. And the next thing you know, you get ghosted.
Whoa.
I know a lot of people that it's been like the trending thing.
And
it's
they're
like
bringing you to meet their family
because a lot of people, they can't take confrontation, right? Like they scared of confrontation. I'm not. I be rolling with the punches. Like, what's going on? What's going on in your head? Because I need to know. Because there's a lot of crazy people out there.
I mean, we are in the days and time right now where it's almost like in any minute somebody can snap for any given reason.
Anything.
Something can flick them off and it's over. They're willing to risk it all. They're willing to die, half of them. You know what I mean? Because it's a lot of, I'm going to tell you, I think a lot of people are going through anxiety. Anxiety is at a real all-time high right now because you got prices are high, rent's high, light bills high, car notes is high. I was looking into trying to get a new car. They were selling me right off the rip $600-700 a month. That's just a payment. It's not even insurance. I was like, what? I was like, yo,
it's getting pretty
hearing
pricey.
Nothing like that lately. Like, what the crap? Last thing I paid on for a note was like $200-something. Now we looking up and everything's to the roof. So people are on edge right now.
Yeah, that's true.
Groceries are high. You go in there with $100, you come out with one bag. You're like, what happened?
Right.
You know what I mean? And it's just so much is going on, and we're all dealing with a lot, and we really need to get back to the source, and that's God.
And you know what else, Neil? I have to like do a whole interview when I talk to these guys. Like, I need to know, like, are you there for your kids?
Yeah.
How's your relationship with your mother? How's your relationship with your siblings? Are you family oriented? Like, I'll be breaking that junk down. And if I know that that's something that I can't, if it's a flaw that I know that I would not accept because it goes against what I'm gonna leave you where you at. And you can be the nicest person ever, but if I know that I can't live my life with that type of flaw, like cheating or abusive, like or putting your hands on me, I'm not gonna lay back up with you and thinking, oh baby, I love you after you just we're not doing that. So it's like certain things I just don't go for.
That's one thing I never done. I never put my hands on my wife. I never touched her. Anytime I get upset, how I normally deal with that, I go into the car and chill. Or I go for a walk, or I'll go out on the couch if it need be and grab a pillow. You know what I mean? Because I love this woman, and the thing is,
it should never get to that.
It should never get to a point that you got to put your hand. And this happens all the time, you know.
Does.
And I feel bad for the women that go through that, because I know the women out in the world. Some women are going through abusive relationships, and they're getting beaten. They're getting.
But Neil, let me tell you something. It's not only women.
Yeah,
it's men
too.
Oh. Yes. I have a friend of mine that just got out of a domestic violence situation. And she would get domestic when she was under the influence. And she ended up running my boy over, and they had to amputate his leg. So when I tell you guys, mental health, and when you see those red flags and you see like certain things, leave it be.
Yes.
Because it happened to my boy, you know. So I feel bad for him, but
man.
Men are also going through domestic violence too. And they scared to even talk about it because they're men. They're like, you getting but you know, you're beat by a woman, like, boy, please.
You got the behind beat.
Yeah, but it happens.
Like, but you know what? That's something that I never really looked at if men getting abused by women more than anything. I didn't even know that.
Yeah, and it's like it's all-time high right now. I know. And then when I sit there and I talk to these men, because I do, I talk a lot, and I talk to a lot of different people, and I listen to their story, I'm like, you was in a domestic violence situation? A guy.
Whoa.
Yeah, so it's out there for the men too.
Yo, sending healing energy out to you guys, man. Yes. If you're going through that right now, man, I pray you get through that. And for the women too, if you're going through that, I pray you get through that. Find help, seek help. Get away if you can. I know it's hard when you're in love. See, when people, because people sometimes they're confused about the in love thing. They think in love meaning I can beat you and still in love with you. Like, nah, that's something's going on mentally. No, they need to get help.
It's a mental disorder. But we're gonna come back. We're gonna take a break. Shout outs to Laugh House Production. Shout outs to Healing Broken Souls. We gotta shout out our sponsors. But we're gonna be right back on the Yo Rabbit and Neil show, and we're gonna talk about submission because I have a question for you. We'll be right back.
We'll be back.
It's your girl Jessica Rabbit, and if you just tuning into the Yo Rabbit and Neil show, we've been talking about relationships.
Man, we've been really going there, man.
Yes.
This might make some people feel uncomfortable, man. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes you need that to be uncomfortable so you can grow.
Absolutely.
Because you know what I mean? We have to understand that anytime something is uncomfortable to you, it's really a time for growing.
Right.
That's the time that you got to start growing now. You know what I mean? And stop being scared to grow.
Yeah.
Some people are scared to grow.
They are.
They're just very complacent.
And they scared to be submissive to their mate. And that's one of the things that I wanted to talk about. Submissive. Okay. So I had a conversation with a friend of mine yesterday, right? And we were talking about being submissive. I'm an alpha woman, right? So it's hard for me to be being submissive to a male that's not leading me the right way. And what I mean by that is if you're not teaching me anything or putting me in a position to be great, I am not going to be submissive.
You're not going to be submissive.
Because I feel like you're not leading me the right way. Because I feel like a man should be the one to lead the woman in everything, even in the household.
That's a fact.
So if I feel like that I'm going over you and I have to be the man in everything that we got going on, I'm not going to be submissive to you. I'm going to treat you like a simp.
That's what's up.
That's a lot going on there. Even with men. It's not only for women. Nah. Men got to be submissive to their women too.
That's right. But it all depends on how you were raised too.
True that.
Right? It's all about your upbringing.
That's true.
What were you taught in the household to be? Who were you taught to be?
And if you're close with your parents, especially in a male, like not having a mom in their life is hard to be anything with a woman because you don't know.
Let me tell you, and I can speak this firsthand, and I'm always speaking my truth anyways, whether nobody if they
and this
like
is
it
true
or not.
Experiences.
And these are through experiences. I'm telling you, like when you don't have your father involved and you don't have your mother there constantly to steer you in the right direction to become the best young man that you can possibly be, you will go through a lot of turmoil. Will go through a lot of turbulence, more turbulence than you've ever experienced before in your life, because that's what happened to me. I suffered a lot because I didn't have my parents really being active with me like that. So I went through a lot of turbulence as a kid. I had to feel my way around to figure what was good to do, what wasn't good to do, how to treat a woman or how not to treat a woman. Like I was so desensitized from women before I met my wife that I treated women bad. I just did. Because I didn't know how to treat a woman. So I dogged them. I dogged them out. I just didn't care. I was like, what? I ain't dealing with you. You're fired. You know, I was crazy like that. I didn't even know why I was being this way. And what I learned is because the way I was brought up, I wasn't shown a lot of good qualities. The only good quality that was shown was from my grandmother telling me about, whatever you decide to do, when you finally do settle down with a woman, lock in with that woman. If she is in love with you, though. So it has to be a two-way street. You have to be in love with
and it's okay. It's okay, again, to show emotions. It's okay to be submissive to your woman or to your mate as long as that they leading you.
But remember, on the other hand, you got to think about it this way. If a kid was raised with his father and learned his father's ways, he could be an alpha guy that won't even go for that. He won't go for the okie doke. He just will not go for it. Like he'll be like, nah, we're not doing that. And you'll be like, why is this guy like that? Well, the way my father raised me was if I'm gonna be the man of the house, what I'm saying is what is going.
Yeah, and there's some men out there that is
really
like
strong.
that too.
They're really strong alpha male. I'm a person that I work with my wife on things. So how I do it is if she's at work and I know I done been in the house all day, I'm gonna make the bed up. You know what I'm saying? I might wash the dishes. I might even cook a meal because she's at work. She's busy.
Right.
And I expect her, if I'm not there, you know what I mean? And she's off to do some things too. She might cook, put something together, put some little sazon on that thing, you know what I'm saying? Eat me some, you know what I'm saying, rice and beans, you know what I'm saying? That's why I got a little chunky anyway, because all the little,
we feed our man.
Man, listen, when I first met her, I was 200, okay? I was 200. When I got with her, I got up to 300, okay? Over the years, I was almost like 329 pounds, okay?
That's when you know you in love.
You know you in love. You eating good. You ain't even realize you big and all that.
You don't even know what's going on. Life is passing you by.
Life is just going by. I woke up one day, I was like, holy crap, I'm 330. Yikes.
Wow.
And I had to go, I had to, man, I started eating watermelon for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And drinking water, man.
That's one thing. He's very disciplined when it comes down to his stuff.
Things, man, them fruits, I'm a fan of fruits. Watermelon, my favorite. I don't care what nobody say. Oh, yeah, he a brother. He like that doggone watermelon. And all that. But I'm going to tell you something. Watermelon benefits. Is really good. 92% is water in that watermelon. That will quench your thirst more than regular water.
Absolutely.
Do the research if you don't believe me.
That's true now. But not only that, though, Neil, not only parenting in a relationship, especially when you don't have kids with that person and that person already has kids with somebody else.
I've been through that. I dealt with it.
Let's talk about that experience, because it is so hard to date someone that already have kids with someone else, because half of the time, the other mate or the spouse or the wife or whatever still got feelings for the baby daddy, or they still on the low, or the baby daddy's making it so impossible for her to go on dates, and now he's dropping the baby off early and just making it so impossible for you to date. And I dated someone like that, and we're real cool. We ended our relationship in a mutual understanding. I couldn't grasp the stuff he was going through at that time. Because I'm like, he wasn't confrontational, but he didn't know how to deal with it. He didn't know how to deal with the separation, how to be in a relationship, and then having to relearn again how to be with somebody, and then deal with the kids stuff and co-parenting and all that stuff. He didn't know how to juggle the two.
Okay.
So it was bringing a strain into our relationship, because she would do stuff on purpose. Like, she knew that we was going on a date. Like, he got stuff to do. She'll, not be home, and he would have to drop the kids off. She's not home yet. She'll take 2 or 3 hours to get there, knowing we have a date. So guess what? He's calling me. She's like, she did it again. We're gonna have to reschedule the thing. And I used to piss me off, because I'm like, yo, you need to stand up to her.
Yeah, that's right.
But she was the type of person at that time. Now he's not scared anymore. He's in another relationship. But at that time, like, she would threaten him, and he didn't know. Like, I'm gonna take the kid away from you, or I'm gonna put you on child support if you don't do this and this and that. Like, just threaten his whole being. So he didn't know how to juggle the two when I first met him.
And not only that, he wasn't informed on saying, you know what, take me to child support.
Right.
Let's let the courts decide for us then, which is still not a good look, by the way. If the judge have to decide what to do with your kids, that means you failed too. You failed as a parent, because y'all can't decide for yourselves on how to do the right thing with your child. So now you got to let some people in the court system get in here and decide for y'all, since y'all can't come to no agreement and no terms. And it just doesn't look good. And for him being scared to, put his foot down with her and say, look, we're not together no more. It's over with. I have somebody else, and respect that. You know what I mean? He was supposed to put his foot down every trip. And when he didn't do that, she knows him. She knows he's not that type to do that.
Absolutely.
So, and this is what I'm listening to what you're saying.
She knew exactly how he was. He's not a confrontational person. He doesn't like drama at all. He's very passive, very quiet, chilled, chill. And she knew what to trigger him. His kids. The kids. That's the love of his life.
I dealt with that myself with my first son. His mom's, she was like that. She was very, after us splitting up and things, and she found that I was with somebody else, she became very bitter. Yeah. She used my son the entire trip. She had him thinking that I was a monster. Yeah. Until he finally got with me. He's been around me and my wife and my kids and my stepkids, which I consider them my kids, because I fed them long enough. They look like me by now.
Absolutely. No, that's important.
But he had to see the different side. And when he seen this side of the fence, he was like, wow, Dad, I can't believe I missed out on a decent guy, all because I went by what my mom was saying. And that was shame on her for not allowing him to make his own decision of who I was, instead of painting this very bad, awful picture that I was the worst guy walking the planet. Wow. And I suffered from that too. Me and my wife went through that. Me and my wife suffered from that. We had to go to court dates after court dates. We spent money we didn't have. I mean, it was terrible. We was going through a lot. This lady set out to make just make it hard for my life, make it hard against my child. And I'm telling you, men, it is time for you to really sit there. And you never know who's going to be the bad woman or the bad man in a relationship until you have a child. A child will sit. You're going to see everything once you drop that baby. See, you know, it's all good and candy and all sweetie, but when that baby come into play is really when you're going to see who's really real and if she's a good person still after that baby or she's going to become your worst nightmare.
Right. And not only that, if you know she had baggage and you know she comes with kids, treat those kids like they're yours.
That's how I did it.
And if you don't know how to do that, then that's not for you.
I did it without even knowing how to. I learned to. You get what I'm saying? I didn't even know how to be a stepfather or, you know, I just didn't know a lot of things. So it was new for me when I met my wife, and it was new for her that you know, it was another kid involved. We both came from situations, but it was like at the end of the day, I learned how to be a father to these kids. These kids has taught me how to be a better father and to look out for them, get the things that they need, go broke if you have to make sure they got it. So
I was grateful for my son's father too, because when I met him, I already had my child. My son was about 3 years old when I met him. Oh, wow. And it was a challenge for me because I was always the disciplinary. Like I was the one that's my son, that's my son, that's my son. And I wasn't really kind of like realizing like the avenue he was trying to guide us, because I'm like, you're not going to talk to my son and kind of like, this is not your son. This is not your son. And I was doing more damage than I was doing good because the stuff that he was telling me about, I should have took notice. But I wasn't. But it happens, you know. But I'm just so grateful that, you know, he took my son in, like it, you know, and like still treats him like it's his. That's right. To this day.
That's a blessing.
That's important in a relationship. When you come with baggage and you come with kids, like it's important to be have that relationship with their children. Right. But we're gonna be right back. Not only are we talking about relationships, we got teen talk.
We got coming
what's
up.
Trending topics
and
coming
we got
up.
Trending topics. That's right.
So y'all stay tuned to that. It's your girl Jessica Rabbit.
It's your boy Neil next to live, baby.
And you on the Yo Rabbit and Neil show. We'll be right back.
We'll be back.
It's your girl Jessica Rabbit.
It's your boy Neil next to live.
And if you're tuning in right now to the Yo Rabbit and Neil, we've been talking about relationships and stuff. But this specific topic that we come is Teen Talk, right?
Teen Talk,
And this is going to be one of my favorite segments on the show, besides In a Man's Mind, which that's going to be on the next episode. But to me, Teen Talk is so important.
Oh, it really is.
Because there's a lot of stuff going on with these kids.
Right. Oh,
and they mental, their music, how dark
peer
it is
pressure,
now.
Everything. Yeah.
So, who I have the pleasure to be sitting next to, because you look kind of familiar to me.
Oh, I do?
So I have my son here. With his boy Nas.
Shout out Mon Dudes. Shout out Rabbit.
What's up, Poppy?
Yeah.
What's
up?
And who else we got?
So we got Nas too, one of his good friends.
What's up?
Yeah. So we got them. And we got a lot of questions for y'all, because we want to know what is going on in y'all world. Yeah. Because this generation, for some reason, Neil, it's hard for me to understand.
Well, you know, that's why we involved with the Healing Broken Souls, because we're trying to get to know who these kids are, what they doing, what they want to do with their lives. That's what we're here for, and that's why I'm involved with the Healing Broken Souls nonprofit organization to help aged out foster kids.
Right, because they are generation. This is the era right now. This is the generation right now. These are the leaders right here.
So when y'all listen up real closely, because they're going to tell you what it is and what's going on and
what's going on in the world. But the first question that I want to ask you both that is so important is mental health, and how you guys deal with mental health, and what's the mechanism that you guys use to cope with what's going on in the world and society. So how do you cope with certain things that's going on, Zay?
So well, how I cope with like mental health and stuff, I really like use it as like a block for real. Like I really block stuff out in my life. Like a lot of stuff that I go through or whatever I'm going through, I just try to use it like as motivation, really, because at first I wasn't like doing it as that. I was just like doing stuff, you feel me? So like I had to really understand like myself. So that's where like really my mental health came about. Like just really thinking about myself, really thinking about like what I'm doing in my life and like every step I'm making. So like that's really what it like deals with me. Like how I like cope, like I have different coping mechanisms. Like I cope like a different way from everybody else, and some people like don't agree with my coping mechanism. But you know, it's me. At the end of the day. So, and I'm young, so like I just do like a lot of different stuff. Like I listen to music.
Right.
I listen to beats sometimes. You know, sometimes I be rapping. Sometimes I be,
I've been hearing it lately.
Going at that rapping thing.
Sometimes like I try to do different stuff. Try to keep my mind occupied. You know, keep it productive. That's how I cope. You know, with my situations or my problems. So yeah. Hey, Nas, how you feel?
How about you, Nas?
I'll just piggyback on what Zay said. Really, just music. That's definitely a good way to cope. You know,
sure.
Get in your lane, throw the headphones in. You know, block everything, all the nonsense out.
That's
definitely a great way. to cope.
We get in our zone. We start thinking about stuff for real. Like we start blocking stuff out. Like that's what I do. Like I just whatever I'm going through or whatever. Like people judging me in my life or whatever it is. It's like okay, all right.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I know like what I did, or you may not
right,
agree with what I did.
Absolutely.
But I'm learning. So that's why I feel like. With good mental health, I feel like for young people, like they should like understand themselves more and really think about themselves way more than trying to like oppress everybody. Because our generation is like they try to oppress everybody. They trying to fit in with everybody, trying to be the top dog. And it's like like you gotta stay to yourself. You gotta be yourself first before you be anybody.
You gotta work on yourself.
Absolutely.
I hear you. I hear you, young man. For real.
Okay.
You working on self. Working on self.
Yeah, because I was a person like I wanted to like help everybody. Like I was like, I wanted to help my peoples out. Like, I wanted to like help my friends out. Like whatever I did, like buy them food or like whatever, like little stuff or like whatever we did. Like you feel me? Like I was really in tune with that. But
boy,
I learned
got a good heart, boy. You got a good heart on you, boy. That's what's up. Look at it, guys. There's kids out here still with good heart, man. Yeah. They looking out. They look out for people.
And one thing about these kids, Neil, is just understanding. And us as parents, sometimes, we got to play our role too. Yeah. But we also have to understand their minds and what they, what they're into and what they like and how and why they disconnect for certain things, and why do they do the things that they do. And if you don't ask them, you would never.
You'll never know.
Right.
Yeah.
And I know you guys deal with a lot of peer pressure, especially you guys being male boys. Like, I know y'all got to try to fit in, have the latest clothes on because people get picked on, like cyberbullying, even on the internet. Like cyberbullying is a big thing, bullying, so y'all always have to like impress all the time. So I kind of get
and I feel like that's where people go wrong though. They try to fulfill other people's truth. I feel like the best thing you need to do is fulfill your truth. Don't live up to nobody's expectations.
Yeah,
because you're gonna always, people they feel like you gotta abide by their rules. And people look at life always. They gotta live up to somebody's expectations. Just be you.
Yeah,
just
that's
be you,
true.
man.
That's a fact.
I say that all the time.
That's
actually,
true.
like as long as you be who you are, then there's nobody else that can do you but you.
Right.
Because you are who you are. You are authentic, and when you're authentic, there'll never be another person like you.
Because like a lot of people they don't understand like you, so like they gonna think you're weird or you gonna like this and that and the third, or they think that. Like whatever it is, like they going through, like they might have their own problems, like so like that's why like I stay to myself, I think about whatever I think about, and I try to just better my life because like I made a lot of mistakes. I'm not gonna lie to you, I made a lot of mistakes in my life,
and you gonna make more,
right?
Because that's just the human being in us.
But I learned
I made mistakes.
Understanding is key to life for real. Like understanding what you're going through or understanding what situation you're in or whatever, regardless of how you feel about it or whatever. Just like you gotta understand yourself. Like that's what I really like in tune myself with. Like really just understand myself and understand what I'm doing. Okay, I made a mistake. All right, bet. Like how can I fix this? How can I? Yeah. Like how can I like switch up the scenery or switch up with people or like how they.
Because remember, you guys gotta understand something. The ball is always in your court. Whatever it is you decide that you want to do, it's on you.
Right.
It ain't on nobody. It's on you. Any
Facts.
Decision you made it.
Facts.
I didn't make you do that. You made a decision to do whatever it is you're doing, so you got to live with that. You got to deal with that. You get what I'm talking about?
Yes,
if you out here wilding and you out here doing whatever you're doing, you already know in your head, like, dang, I know what's going to come with this if I do this, and I'm going to have to deal with this. But the sad part about that, though, is when you out here and you young and you make those bad choices, parents that care anyways, they hurt. they suffer from that. I'm talking about parents that care, though.
Right.
True.
You know what I mean? Because not every parent care what you do. Right. You know what I mean? In the street. Like I said, I've been through some things too. But what I'm saying is, at the end of the day, when you're dealing with parents that give a darn about you, when you go through something wrong and you do something and it's kind of catastrophic, your parents hurt too. And they get sick. They can't eat. They can't sleep. They go through all those things because you came from them. So they feel things. They feel that something happened. They know. Don't never think your parents don't know what happened with you, because we know.
We know.
It's just,
and we've been there before.
And we've been there. Things that you guys are doing, it's things that's already been done before. You're just going through the cycle again. And that's why when I see you guys do certain things, I be like, I have to look back about when I was younger. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, I did that same thing on the low. I know. Wild out too. I was wild out. But I got back in. I got back in play, and thank God I was able to maneuver through this world. So I was able to maneuver and without any real guidance. You guys got a lot of guidance around y'all. You guys have got like examples of what you want to be and what you don't want to be. You know what I mean? We work hard. Me and my wife, we work hard every day. You can be people that work hard every single day and got to go to work and keep working, or you can become an entrepreneur and you can retire at the age of 20. You know what I mean? Or depending on what you get involved in. But it's having the moral support. Kids are lacking support.
Absolutely.
This is what I'm saying. They're lacking support. They don't have people out there that believe in them. Why do you think I tell them all the time, man, you guys are legendary. You guys are iconic. That's encouraging you guys. I love to encourage you guys. I encourage everybody I meet because I want you to win, because I know what it's like to not have that backing. So I'm always out there.
You have to have some type of mentor.
I'm in the field with y'all. I'm in the field. Like, yo, y'all can do this. Y'all got this.
Now I got one question, because me and my son, we talk a lot. We talk a lot about a lot of different topics and a lot of stuff. And sometimes, he's very, very expressive and very open with me. So there's certain things I be like, I don't want to know. But somebody,
I keep it a butt, man. I keep it 1,000.
I'm glad that he's able enough to open up to me.
I love it.
And talk to me about certain things. But one of the things that he always points out to me, because we talk about a lot of stuff, is girls, right? So I want to ask you guys questions, because I know it's a whole different generation with
Nas, we could get into that all day, man.
Go ahead, Nas.
Talk about that for years.
Talk about it.
Go ahead.
I think it's just a Florida thing. I really think it's just
I think it's just a whole...
No, let me talk about this. But, like... Everybody try to live fast in like Florida. Like Florida is very fast living, like very fast. You gotta adapt to the situation. Like you gotta you feel me? Because it's very fast out here. Like it's very girls living out here fast, and they thinking that they entitled and stuff, or you know what I'm saying? Like they ain't got no value no more. Like like they ain't got like.
So you want to say that a lot of the young girls now, they don't respect themselves, and you can get into their pants quicker.
Facts.
Because they don't have any morals of themselves. They don't respect themselves now. A lot of girls don't respect themselves out there.
Right, and it's vice versa with men too. We get influenced by music, and women do too. So it's like, I feel like it's the generation we live in with the music. I feel like the industry is definitely having a lot of women that don't have self-respect, and that rubs off on society.
That reminds me of that movie called Tyrone the Clone.
That's true, though.
I don't know if y'all seen that movie.
I haven't seen it yet.
You gotta watch that movie because exactly what you was talking. You seen it?
Yeah.
Yo, that comes back to that music driving people to do that. Jamie Foxx is in the movie, right? Shout out to Jamie Foxx. Don't know him, never met him. Would love to meet him. But so Tyrone the Clone, that told me everything. When you said that, that's what came over to my mind, was like music is influencing, food is influencing, everything is influencing.
A lot of and it's like I ain't gonna lie to you, it's really like social media and like what I see like throughout my whole life, we grew up with our phones. Like we grew up, like we didn't grow up, like what I'm saying. Like some people, like I even know I've been outside. Like I'm a different person. Like I've been outside. Like when I was younger, I used to play a lot. Like that's how my people's taught me. You feel me? But other people, they grew up with their phones. They grew up, so they so blind to like the real life. So they just see fake. You know what I'm saying? Like we all see fake throughout our whole life. Like and we can't tell who fake or not. Like you can't ask somebody just for advice nowadays, because like they're gonna tell you something and then they're gonna tell you another thing, and then it's like, oh dang, but you just told me that. But it's like, dang, you just told me that you love me, but just because I bought you something, or just because I showed you like I was kind or whatever what it is. So like that's why like me, I don't really care about females like that, only because like I'm still young, but I have an understanding with myself, like like I don't like to get tried, you know, like I don't like to feel like I'm dumb. You feel me? Like, I'm the one that's staying loud. Like, nah, man, like, come on, man. Like,
well, you still young. You got a lot more growing to do.
Absolutely.
And dating is what you should be doing. Just make sure you use protection.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? Because diseases is out here for real, though.
And there's some girls that want to put babies on.
And they want to put
so you guys got to be careful with that kind of stuff. Always use protection.
Because the thing is, it takes two, right? We know that, right?
Absolutely.
So it's on you to decide. Because some girls, they won't even say nothing about putting on protection. They won't say nothing.
For sure.
They'll just ride out. They'll tell you to take it off because they like it raw. You know what I'm saying? So you got to be the person, the kid, to say, nah, I ain't ready for no kids yet right now because I ain't even got my life in order yet. You know what I mean? So how I'm going to bring a kid in the world without me having my stuff together yet? You get what I'm saying? And it happens. We've all been there, right? But at the end of the day, you want to learn from your parents and mistakes that your parents made so you can correct those mistakes. See, I did that. I correct a lot of mistakes that my parents made. So I corrected it by making sure that I'm there as much as I possibly can for my kids if my parents weren't really able to be there like that. You know what I'm saying? So I just corrected that. And it was like I broke that curse. You know what I'm saying? Because my kids know who I am. They know I'm there for them, whatever I can do for them. I do it. You get what I'm saying? So I'm proud of that. And I'm proud of you guys for coming on this show, on the Yo Rabbit and Neil show, because
I'm blessed for
this is what we needed. The people need to hear it.
Like me and my
young kids need to hear it too.
Me and my dog Nas, like we talk about everything, man. Like this is like really my dog for real. Like
we talk about on a regular day-to-day basis.
Where can they follow y'all at if y'all want to get some people to come tap in?
Follow me on Instagram, Partwayzay, PRAKWAY, 2 Z's and AY.
Y'all can follow me on Instagram, Chosen One Nas, CHOSEN, the number 1 NAS.
That boy Chosen.
I love it, guys. Thank you so much for coming on the show. You guys did amazing.
I gotta say something. Just one more thing.
Go ahead.
One more thing. I gotta make everybody. I want everybody to hear this. Like, man, whatever you going through or whatever you thinking that you. Man, just don't worry about it. Just do your life, man. Like I just what I tell you, like I want to tell everybody, like the young, especially like the young people that's like really going through pain, really doing drugs and really tripping and really not listening to their parents and you know, like really just out here just thinking on their own, man. Just like learn from your parents, bro. Like you feel me? Or even if you don't got no parents, like learn from people that's gonna give you good advice. Like don't block it out. Don't. Like that's what my problem was. Like even though I was getting told to right, I was still doing wrong. Like so, like just
it's natural though. That's natural.
Listen to yourself, listen to your heart, and listen to your gut. Like that's the most important thing. Like
there you go.
Listen to yourself first before you listen to anybody else, or you try to get in a relationship or whatever it is. Like
I like what he's saying, man. That man
like,
talking.
Learn yourself.
Talking that talk. Boy, he talking that talk.
Absolutely. No, and that's just, and it comes from your offspring and who's mentoring you. Because these kids need that. They need that guidance, and we're those type of people, you know. Like Nas, like you already part of the family. Sorry, Neil. You're already part of the family. So anything that you need from us, whatever you're going through, never hesitate. When you need to knock on the door, we here for you. Because I know that you also was grieving the loss of your dad. You know, and I'm sorry about that. And you're dealing with your stuff, but you had to step up. You went and got your job because he felt like he has to help his mother. So it's like stuff like that is like.
Yo, I commend him.
That's
on
amazing.
That. And I'm gonna tell you something, bro. You're gonna go so far.
Absolutely.
You and Zay, you guys are gonna go so far ahead in life that people gonna be like, "Holy Toledo! These guys are legends. These guys are literally like the skies is past the limit. It's infinity. You understand? So believe it. I believe in you guys. You know what I mean? And I believe you guys can do it. And everybody believes in you. So go for it. Go for it, man. You guys got youth right now. Go and get it. Go do it.
And it's okay to stumble.
You're gonna do it.
You're gonna do it. I mean, we've done it, you know, but just make sure that when you get in trouble, please don't catch a case, please, because it stays with you for the rest of your life. And you get judged by that. Unfortunately, even though you corrected your mistakes, society don't look at it like that. So they constantly try to label that old person that you was, and you know that that's not you anymore. So be very careful with that. But it's your girl Jessica Rabbit.
It's your boy Neil next in line.
And this is the Yo Rabbit and Neil show.
Partwayzay, man.
Yes, we got the teen talk in the building.
Brian County.
That's
shout out,
baby.
Shout out Pompano. Shout out Lauderdale.
Okay.
Shout out everything. Shout out my dog Nas for real. That boy from North Lauderdale.
Shout out,
Man, shout out.
You want to shout out? Go ahead. Shout him out.
Stay to yourself and worry about yourself.
And we'll be right back. Now we're going to talk about the trending topics. Neil, we're going to have
next.
D's World in the building. So stay tuned. It's your girl Jessica Rabbit on the Yo Rabbit and Neil show.
Yes.
We'll be right back.
What's good, ladies and gentlemen? It's your boy Neil. Next in line, we are back here at the Yo Rabbit and Neil show with my host Jessica Rabbit.
In the building, and this is one of my favorite topics as well. I think all of the topics that we have, all of the segments is my favorite. But this one, you know, she keeps us in tune.
Yes, she does.
With what's going on in this crazy world.
Oh my God!
So we got D World in the building. What's up, D?
What's up?
Thank you, guys.
Come on, dog.
Thank you. It's your girl D, and she's in D World, giving you guys the latest trending topics.
That's right. Talk to us. Tell us.
Come on.
Okay, so
What now?
first of all, I must say I love your conversation today with relationships. and
Thank
stuff.
you.
This
Thank
is
you.
really,
Thank you
really
so
good.
much. We really appreciate that.
I really enjoyed it. So, talking about relationships, this next topic that we're talking about, I mean, it's been trending, and it's sad, man, because, you know, but at the same time, things happen.
Right.
So the trending topic now is Remy Martin and Papoose. Remy Ma.
Come on,
Remy Ma.
dog.
Remy Ma and Papoose. Wow.
This right here hurt
That
me.
hurt me
I heard a
too.
lot about
And I was
that.
hoping, I'm like, is it true though? Like,
Yeah.
allegedly?
Well, so we all know Remy Ma's been married to Papoose now for about maybe 8 years.
Mm-hmm.
You know, during those 8 years of their marriage, you know, she did a bid for 7 years.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Papoose rolled his bid out with Remy.
Wow, I heard about
You
that.
know,
Yeah, he did.
and I mean, we've never heard any cheating scandals. We've never heard any rumors about him cheating with anyone, stepping out or anything. And I guess back in June, allegedly back in June, he got into a fight with one of the battle rappers.
Oh, wow.
Easy, whatever.
Getty, is it like
What is his
God
name? I
Getty,
don't even
something
know
like
that guy's
that?
name.
I don't even
What is his
know
name?
either.
Easy.
Yeah, it's like Easy Chopper Block or something like that.
Oh, he was chopping alright. He was chopping them buns.
Come on, dog.
No, his name is Easy the Block Captain.
Oh.
That's who he is.
I don't even know who this guy
Me
is.
neither.
No, I don't know,
what's
but
wild.
apparently he's like a really good battle rapper.
Really?
Oh, wow.
Yes, and do you know that he's been down with Remy's clique? She has this thing going on where she has like a show where battle rappers
Oh,
come
I did
together.
hear about that, the rap battle.
Yeah,
Okay.
and they kind of battle each other and everything. So in one of the battles back in June, I guess they was like kind of a little too close, Remy and this Easy Captain,
Whatever
whoever.
it is.
His name, whatever your name is.
You know,
He's got a long
and
name,
so yeah, I mean, come on, artists, please
on, man.
chop your name in half.
Right.
Come on, dog.
Right.
Seriously.
Absolutely.
And so, allegedly him and Papoose had to put it on him.
No.
Yeah.
So this was before this came out.
Yes. So we're talking back in June. So this June, it came out that, I guess, I don't know what happened in that rap battle or how it made Papoose feel, whatever. So happens that they got into an altercation and Papoose laid his ass out.
As he
Allegedly.
We don't know that for
He
sure.
had
This
to
is
show him how them New York get down.
Hello.
Come on, dog.
Listen, you got us messed up. I just feel like it's
Hold
the whole thing is disrespectful
I
now.
don't know because I
That's just
heard
too
a lot
much.
of people actually look up to their marriage.
Right.
Yes.
How do you feel
Because of
about
the
that?
loyalty part. Like, I looked up
Because
to the loyalty part. Like, he held her down.
The loyalty part, black love,
Right.
black man don't cheat.
Right.
He was proving that because he's been with her all these years.
He
She
rolled.
was away for a long time, and he held it down. He held their kids
He
down.
been rocking with her. He been
You know,
rocking with
I mean, of course, remember, guys, we don't know what happens behind
You don't
closed
That's
know.
true.
doors.
That's true.
That's true.
You
You know,
never know.
these are all allegations. We
Right.
don't know what's really going on. You know
Right.
what I mean? So let's not just
Jump
jump
to
the
any
gun.
conclusions, yeah.
You know,
not. Right.
let's
I'm
just
sending prayers to them.
let's send
healing prayers.
positive energy, healing prayers to them. I pray they can work through this mess. And I pray that it's just all rumors, because nowadays it's easily to jump
That's
into
true.
rumors.
And
You can't be
misconstrue stuff.
friendly with someone because they think that
Right.
you're flirting with them,
Yeah.
and it's just you were raised to be a good person and treat people nice.
Right.
It doesn't mean I like you or that I want to sleep with you.
Right. Right.
So I'm definitely sending healing, prayers to them.
I was saddened when I saw that. I was like, I was so shocked.
But you want to know something? You want to know what I learned from that whole situation from her, D, talking about the trending topic of that of him, Papoose, and his wife, Rem. What I learned is you never put people on a pedestal because when you're married, no one's perfect. Things can happen. I never idolize anyone's marriage. I've never done that in my life. For people to do that, it kind of makes me think.
But you know what? I don't think
know.
that people analyze their
They looked up to their marriage. Let's just be clear. They looked up to them.
But remember, when you're a public figure, that's what you are.
That's what you are.
Once
you're a
public
figure.
Right.
People look up to you because they're like, oh man, he's black, she's black. They're both from New York.
Right.
One from the Bronx, one from Brooklyn. Right. They came together. They have this great marriage. How many men you can count on that has rolled bids with their wives
with a woman
with no cheating scandals?
Right.
Nowadays, hey, this is what I heard now. Nowadays, men in position are more likely to cheat.
Yeah, that's true.
And the man that's broke, that don't got no money.
Right. So being that you're in the limelight, if you're in the limelight and you're, a rapper or whatever, it's easier for women to come at you, whether you're married or not.
Because you don't even know their intentions, but it is easy to get the women.
Exactly.
Because you got money.
Absolutely.
You got chains.
Right. And we've never heard anything from him while she was locked away.
Right.
So now, although after so he hits them. They get into a fist fight and everything in June. Now they come into another rap battle. His opponent used those jabs, saying like, oh, you sleeping with so-and-so. And so, Remy didn't react to it. She was just like, oh, it's a rap battle. Like there's nothing off limits, on a rap battle. Like she handled it well.
No, that's true.
She handled that.
And then after the rap battle, they interviewed her and they're like, oh, so, everybody was looking at her weird. And she was just like, oh, nah, come on. That ain't really true. Like she was brushing it off or whatever, trying to say that those allegations are not true. But if you look into their Instagrams and stuff, you can see that Papoose, like back in June, he was posting a lot of himself with his children without her. And, it was kind of like weird stuff like that going on back in June. So now that they're trending and stuff, I just hope that it's not really true. I hope they can work through it for their children and for their family, and I'm sure they both good people, and I'm sure they both love each other. Sometimes, couples, that's just what happens. Sometimes they can rear off and come back together.
Yeah, that's true.
Well, they're married. They're married by law, and when you're married by law, that pretty much means that even if things like infidelity kicks in, there's always room to come back. You know what I mean? Because that's what you signed up for. Remember, for better or for worse, through sickness and health. These are the vows that people don't really respect, but I respect them vows. But a lot of people look at them vows like they don't hold weight, but they do. You know what I'm saying? And if you looked up to their marriage, though, this is just my honest opinion. If you put those people on a pedestal of being married, then you don't understand what marriage really is about, because marriage is about failing sometimes in it. Being married is saying that we're human beings. We are two imperfect people coming together to build something together. So I would personally never, I repeat this, I would never idolize, look up to nobody that's married. I don't care who they are, because they are not perfect people. They are not, man. They just, I don't care if they're public figures. They are not.
And things happen, but the thing is that when you're in the public eye, like, it makes it so much worse, especially the media. The media will drag it to the point of no return.
I mean, and then it goes down to the people in the world is the one that put them there. Right? Because like you said, they're public figures. Yeah, because they put them there. Now that they put there and the light is on them, of course you're going to, it's going to happen. But what I'm saying is, for me, no way. I would not put nobody's relationship, like, oh, I idolize their relationship. Oh, I respect that. Oh, I look up. No, because they're not perfect. They're just not.
They're not
I mean, they just got to be ready for a mistake to happen.
You got to be ready for a mistake, bro.
And not crucify them for the mistake. And then, hopefully, if she did, if her husband can get past that and forgive her, and they can, move
Work it
on
out.
from that and work it
God
out.
bless 'em, man.
Then that is awesome, amazing. They don't need any backlash, and they don't need, judgment or anything. This is what happens in real life every single day.
Even if you didn't know,
even if you don't know them, someone right now is going through a divorce.
Same situation, same thing.
So let's not be so judgmental. And realize that they are human and things happen.
Absolutely.
That's it.
I agree.
And don't cross out marriage either. Don't cross it out because that happened.
Just
people
because
are really
things happen.
People trying to cross out
well, you know what, Neil? I'm still going with the whole black men don't cheat.
Black men don't cheat.
Black men don't cheat.
We can't stress that enough.
Come on,
Black men don't cheat. Black men don't cheat.
Really, because not everybody's the same.
But not everyone is the same.
Everybody's situation is different.
Like I said, I'm personally locked in. So I mean, I'm being honest. I ain't trying to go with
I'm
nobody
still
or marry
looking.
nobody or mess around with nobody.
I'm single.
I got
And
my
Rabbit, and Rabbit, there's someone out there
There's
for
someone
you.
out
I'm
there for
sure.
you.
Don't block out marriage and love and
Don't
stuff,
block out
because it's a
marriage.
beautiful thing once you find it.
Once you
So-
find it,
absolutely. I agree.
Yeah, don't down marriage. People are downing it all because of what they seen somebody else go through, and
they be like, "Oh, it's just a piece of paper." I'm like, "Well, to me, marriage is gonna be sacred to me. Like, we're not getting a divorce.
Not getting a divorce.
I would hope not. I mean, if you're not beating me or anything like that.
As long as you're both in love and
we
you
got to
respect
think
each
about
other.
like things. Not everybody just sees the outside. They don't
They
know
don't
what
know what's
happens
going on
behind
behind-
closed
They
doors.
don't know. Nobody knows.
I mean, for example, I don't know if you guys know this. I mean, Tiana Taylor, she is gorgeous.
Oh my God, I know, and I seen that
She
too.
is beautiful. She has a beautiful
I
body.
love her.
I mean,
That's
she
one of my
is just
faves.
amazing. I love her
Me
work
too.
ethics.
How
Like
She's
she's
very talented.
yes.
and they're even splitting.
And they have a split up. Now,
Wow.
and of course the bloggers ran with rumors that he cheated. And she cleared them up, and they they was talking junk about her because they felt like she was defending her husband.
Wow.
And she was just like, no, he didn't cheat. We weren't together.
Right.
We don't know. I'm assuming they don't know if he was really with that girl or not.
Right.
But if he was, they wasn't together. They've been separated for quite some time
so
now.
that's how
wow.
I didn't know.
So yeah, they're separated too.
Wow.
And it's like, and it made people think on social media, wow, if she's separated from her husband and he's, with somebody else or dating
They
on
don't
the
be-
low
they don't know
or
anything.
whatever.
Yeah,
no
they're
one
just
knows
going,
what the
right.
heck is going
They
on.
don't
They're
know.
just going by what they seeing
Yeah.
or reading or taking pictures or whatever, But can you imagine? I mean, she's gorgeous. She's beautiful.
That's my girl. I love
That
her.
tells you. I mean,
I love Tiana. We need you on the show,
Yeah,
girl.
we need
you on the
Tiana.
show.
Shout out to her, man. And I remember when she first came out, she was 16. She was
She
dealing
was
with
young.
she was dealing
yeah,
with
she
Pharrell.
did the whole
I remember that.
VH1.
Yeah, I remember that.
Sweet
Yeah.
16.
Yeah,
I
I
remember she was
remember.
running around Harlem on a skateboard. Like I remember her.
I mean,
she even had a MySpace too.
awesome
She is
director,
so
a film
great.
director.
Talented.
I mean,
Talented.
she's
Very
talented,
talented.
gorgeous, body on point. She's, a lot of people look up to her for goals for their bodies and stuff.
Yeah, I
these
love
girls
her.
was losing, and they're like, "What? Her husband cheated on her? Man, if her husband cheated on her, then that is not
Yeah.
faithful man." Listen,
no,
ladies and gentlemen out there, there are plenty of faithful men. Not all men cheat.
Not
That's
all men
true.
cheat at all. bruh.
Please do
Not
not.
all. Don't get it confused.
Don't get it
you know what I
confused.
mean?
And sometimes it's okay. It's like relationship, like I was saying, like mutual. Like when me and my ex split, we split at a mutual agreement. Like we both understood, like this is not gonna work. At the time, it was bad timing, and it happens, and that's okay. You know, it's okay to sometimes you got to split up with that person. Sometimes you're just not gonna be with that person
I agree.
for the rest of your life. Things happen.
Yeah, especially if you're not invested either.
Absolutely.
Because it's easy for somebody to leave somebody if they haven't been invested in it.
Right.
You know what I mean? If
Absolutely.
you're 20 years deep in, like we 22 years, we'll be 22 February 17th. We make 22 years,
Right.
and we've been locked in this long. We're super invested. We've been through so many ups and downs. I can't see myself going through something with somebody else. I
Right.
can't even imagine trying to get out here in the dating world.
Oh, Lord.
I don't know
Right.
who's
It's not
who
safe
out here,
out
man.
here.
I don't know what's going on. I don't know if it's she or we. I don't know what's going on out
Oh,
here.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
nowadays you just don't know.
I'm in
It's tough.
fear of that, and that's one of my fears is like dealing out. I just don't want to deal with nobody new.
Right.
This woman knows me. This woman knows everything about
and
me.
that's because you want it.
And I want to be involved.
Right.
I want to be in the relationship.
Right.
You have a choice.
You have to want it.
You have a choice. You can be in a relationship. You can be married, or you ain't got to be married.
That's true.
You know what I mean? And that's your choice. So I made a conscious decision to be married. My wife made a conscious decision to be married. So we're locked in, and we don't care what nobody say or think about what we got going. Just know we in love. I mean,
know that's
100%
right. Shout it out
in
for the
love.
whole world.
I love my baby. I ain't scared to shout it. You know, I ain't
so
scared to tell her.
You got any more trending topics trending right now?
No, so that is all for right
Those
now.
are some good ones. I was actually reading about that today too.
Those were pretty good topics.
Those were pretty good topics.
Yeah, thank you for having me on the show.
Yes.
Thank you for
we
tuning
love
in.
we love the tea now.
Love that tea.
We want to know what's going on with the trending topics.
Sometimes we love the tea. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you know, I don't be like, man, you know, they always dropping teas all the time.
Right, we gotta know.
But I hear you on that.
Thank you guys for having me.
You're welcome. Thank you for coming on the Yo Rabbit and Neil show.
These were.
So Neil, we gonna wrap it up. You know, we gotta close it with a prayer and an affirmation.
Yes.
So we be right back. Shout outs to Laugh House Production.
Yes.
Shout outs to Healing Broken Souls. Shout outs to my boy Tools that been engineering along with Laugh House Production. We love you. Thank you so much for everything that you do. But it's your girl Jessica Rabbit.
It's your boy Neil. Next in line, baby.
And you are tuned into the
Yo Rabbit.
Okay then.
Neil show.
And we be right back.
We'll be right back.
Yes.
It's your boy Neil next in line, and we are back for the Yo Rabbit and Neil show, guys. Oh man, it's been.
It was a good. I liked it. This segment.
This segment was awesome.
I love it. But you know we gotta go.
But we got to go.
I know you like to see more of us, but we got to go.
We got to go.
So how we close it out, Neil? You already know what we do. We do our affirmations.
Guys.
And then we close out with a prayer.
Yes,
and
we
then
close
we
it
out
out
of
with
here.
a prayer, and then we gone.
So lead us, Neil. Let me know what's your favorite affirmation.
So I have 3 positive affirmations that I would like to say. All right. So here it goes. I am filled with focus. I am not pushed by problems. I am led by my dreams. I am grateful for everything I have in my life. I am independent and self-sufficient.
That's what's up.
Those are the 3 affirmations.
I like that. Yeah. Especially talking about like self-care and being self-sufficient and just getting in tune with who you are. So
you gotta know who you are.
Pretty dope, Neil.
Like the youngin said earlier, man, on
right.
Teen, you know,
on
teens,
Teen Talk.
They said it, man. Like you gotta fall in love with you, get to know
right,
who
get
you
to
are.
know who you are, understand yourself.
Understand yourself. And that's gonna, I'm telling you, once you find out what your true purpose is in life and you find out who you really are, it's a wrap. Like everything's gonna come to you so powerful and great in the most positive way towards you. You're gonna be like, whoa, look at all this stuff that I just let.
And embrace it. Embrace the good too. Because a lot of people, they don't know how to recognize when they do have something good.
Yeah, they can't. They don't.
You know, they don't know. Even in a relationship, like it's too good to be true when somebody's treating you like how you supposed to be treated. Some people don't know how to recognize that.
Yeah, they can't.
So it's like if you find that person and you're attracted to that person and that person treats you good, embrace it. And it's okay to be in love. It's okay. You don't have to be scared of love. I mean, I still hope is alive for me. I still want to be married.
Girl, you gonna find that man. You
so love to me is important. Yeah. Companionship is important. You don't want to die alone.
Nah, no.
I don't think nobody wants to.
Nah, man.
At least have that backbone.
I know some people who do. They don't.
Yeah, and then there's some people that is they're content with it.
They content, and then there's others that want to have a companion. You know, it's nothing. God, why you think God made woman and man?
Absolutely.
He did that for a reason. If he wanted us to be lonely, he just would have made man.
Right.
That's it. But he made a woman for a reason.
Embrace.
So you got to embrace it, man. I know people been through hard times with relationships, and it's like a hopeless romantic type situation, but there's still hope. I really believe it.
And there's still good men and women out there.
There's still good men and decent women out there. You just got to, follow your heart and pay attention to the signs. That's it.
I agree with that. Yeah. So I have an affirmation that I like too. Oh, okay. And I will let you guys know what it is. I focus on what I can control. And I let go of what I can't. And that's important to me because I have hard time with change, right? I'm going to go through everything with you until there's nothing left of me. But once I walk away, there's no ever.
That's it.
There's no coming back. And I got to learn that certain things you can let go of, even if it hurts. And I don't, like I say, I'm all about love and embrace love and all that stuff. But sometimes you got to let go and you got to love yourself first before anything. But that's just my affirmation. So
I like that one. I like that.
And I believe in it strong-heartedly.
I love that.
So we're gonna close the show out. You already know, Neil.
Yes.
You gotta close it out with a prayer.
You have your prayer there.
I'm grateful for each and every one of you guys, especially coming on the show and having the teens talk. My son expressing himself, his best friend expressing himself. It's gonna be more teen talk. It's gonna be on every show that we're doing because I think it's so important for the youth too. So shout outs to them. Shout outs to Healing Broken Souls. Shout out to Laugh House Production. Shout outs to Tunes. And shout out to us.
Shout out to us.
Shout out to Neil.
Shout out to Neil. Shout out to Jessica Rabbit.
Okay, shout out to us.
Ladies and gentlemen,
it's
Jessica
not easy
Rabbit,
to be in the hot seat.
The number one top media woman in the world, guys. She's one of the top media women in the world, okay? You know?
And you're one of the best R&B singers in the world.
Thank you so much.
We jack of all trades up in here. And that's going to be next. You're going to hear more on Neil, you know. You're going to hear next.
Yo, man,
But I'm going to close it out with a prayer. So you guys ready?
Yeah, let's do it.
Lord, make me an instrument of your peace. Where there is hatred, let me sow love. Where there is injury, pardon. Where there is doubt, faith. Where there is despair, hope. Where there is darkness, light. Where there is sadness, joy. O divine master, grant that I may not so much seek to be consoled as to console, to be understood as to understand, to be loved as to love. For it is in giving that we receive it. It is in pardoning that we are pardoned. And it is in dying that we are born to eternal life. Amen.
Amen. That was a good one right there. I like that.
So you already know.
You good.
We out of here. Make sure you guys tune into episode 3. We're going to be talking about financial literacy. I got my girl Crystal coming in. She's going to talk about all her businesses and stuff and how to start a business and credit and all that stuff. So make sure you guys tune into the next episode of the Yo Rabbit and Neil show.
Yo Rabbit and Neil,
with my damn co-host. And we out of here.